Hi, I'm Jody. The name of my company is Enlightenia. I'm a transformational life coach, and I am here today starting this channel. This is my very first YouTube video because I want to help people get through areas of their life where they're feeling stuck. This is quite a pattern we have going on in the world today. And it's probably nothing new, but it seems like more and more people are feeling very unsatisfied with how things are going in their life. And they have no idea how to kind of break free and into themselves again. So my role is to speak one-on-one with my clients and kind of get down to the bottom of how they're feeling, where they are in their relationships, where they are in their career, how they're feeling about themselves, and figure out where their limited beliefs are and help them to overcome these things. On this channel, we're going to be talking about topics such as how to manifest properly, how to be more present in your life, how to quiet your minds and kind of bring yourself back into yourself, the ego's role in your life, people that are currently in difficult controlling situations, how to manage that, or if you're recovering from a hard relationship that was very controlling in any way. Could be a boss, your parent, could be your relationship, your partner. Also, we will be talking about relationships in general, especially the more challenging ones, say like deep connections, relationships, those types of things. And I hope to bring on some guest speakers. And I have a lot of life coach friends that are very, very good and very knowledgeable, and maybe in areas where I'm not quite as knowledgeable. So we'll be bringing some of those people on. And it's just going to be a really great time. And I hope that through this channel, you're able to grow. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And today I have a special thing for you, something that you will probably never see again on this channel. So if you're watching this first video, know that this is probably just going to be a one-time thing. My very first life was an artist. I've been an artist my whole life. I do photography, and my career previously was I owned my own business as an art director for years and years and years. I kind of lost interest in doing that when I went through my stuck period in life and realized that I just don't want to do this anymore. For a long time, I thought then I would be a writer, and I wrote several novels, and now I realize that that's also not really what I'm called to do. What I'm called to do is to be here in front of you guys. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, back to the art project. I drew something for you that I had a very strong vision of kind of in my sleep the other night. And this whole meaning like came up about the whole thing, and I had to wake up and look it up and find out what was going on. And it was pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting time of discovery for me to say, what does this mean, this particular symbol, and why am I seeing it, and how can I use it to help other people? So this is what we got. So hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. And this is called a Vesica Piscis. And I'm specifically speaking of the two circles and where they come together. I put the leaf in there, you know, artistic license, but a Vesica Piscis is known, this is a symbolic geometry, symbol geometry, or ancient geometry. It's also known as sacred geometry. So if you want to look up, it's called Vesica Piscis. And a lot of people pronounce it Vesica Pisces, but it's actually Vesica Piscis. And this is supposed to show us the very beginning of creation. This particular thing is supposed to be the most perfect thing in the universe. They have, if you look it up, you can look up also the tree of life and the flower of life, which is based off this symbol. And all things are based off this symbol. This goes all the way back to the pyramids. They have these engraved on inside the pyramids and on the sides of them sometimes. And they believe that the Big Bang, that this is what you would have seen, you know, obviously, and a lot of us, I know we have religious beliefs, but if you could believe that there was a Big Bang when the world was created, when the universe was created, then, you know, you have to understand that it wasn't just this really simple thing. So it kind of all goes together, right? Okay, so back to this. So the Vesica Piscis is the splitting of creation, duality, where we went from 1 into 2. And I started thinking about this, and when I was having this kind of sleepless night thinking about, and this symbol came up and all this weird stuff goes on in my sleep sometimes, I started thinking about how we are two separate people. Us, this would be like me, this would be like somebody else that I'm in a relationship with or was in a relationship with, and how the two of us come together. And it's in that space of sharing that there's so much that goes on in a relationship, right? So much. Even if you've only known the person for a very short amount of time, they may have affected you in a way that was so profoundly positive or profoundly bad. If it was profoundly positive, then you just left feeling very happy, but there was still growth there. If it was profoundly bad, in any way, you learned so much about yourself. But it's in this space where we kind of come together with other people and we are created. But when we move away, we're still one. We're still our own circle. And we move on and we connect with other people, right? So this particular symbol got me thinking about gratitude. And when I started thinking about the people in my own life and all the people that I've connected with and how we come together, and I am so grateful for every connection that I've ever had, whether it be good or bad. Certainly there are times when you're like, I wish I never knew that person. But when I really, really look at it, and I hope that you can do this too, I am grateful that I knew that person. I am grateful for the messages that they gave me. I am grateful for the way that I was torn down by them sometimes. And because it's in that place that there was growth. Because wherever we hit resistance, we have to get past it. And that's where we grow. And sometimes the resistance can be in a beautiful relationship, right? Like it's beautiful and it's flowing because you're doing this together. So think about the relationships that you've had in your life. Think about your really, really good ones, your best ones, your family, your best family relationships, and just be grateful and just really be grateful for them. And then think about the challenging ones and really decide, make a choice to give that gratitude, okay? Give it gratitude from inside of your heart and say, thank you so much for letting me grow. Because without those challenging times, we will never be able to grow. And the other thing that I was thinking about with this is not just having gratitude for the times that you come together with people, but also when I look at this, I see that all the emotions, right? And that's why I did that kind of watercolor background a little bit, like how everything moves out beyond it. Everything goes past it. And so I started thinking about how our emotions rule us so often. And if you can leave here today with one message that I really want you to have, well, there's two. Have gratitude for everyone in your life. And you don't have to tell them. I mean, sometimes we're not still speaking to people, right? And we don't want to go drag that up. This is not like a 12-step program thing where you have to call someone up and say, hey, I want you to know how much gratitude I have for you. That's not the case. It's just for you and your own heart and your own growth. So have gratitude for people in your life, all of them. And the other thing is to take responsibility for your role in how they affected you. If somebody broke your heart, if somebody made you sad, if somebody made you happy, if somebody made you angry, whatever the emotion is, if someone made you love them, just love them, what was your role in it? Why did they make you angry? And understand that nobody in your life can make you happy, can make you sad, can make you angry, and can make you anything unless you allow it. Take full responsibility for your emotions. Yes, people are going to do things that are hurtful and disrespectful and painful. But how you choose to respond to those people is entirely up to you. You can let it fester inside of you and make you do the same things to people in your life, or you can say, this happened, and now I'm not going to let this happen in my life anymore. This is not going to be a reoccurring pattern. So we're going to talk a lot more in the future about how to break free from these Groundhog Day patterns that we have in our life. But for today, for this weekend, take responsibility for all of your emotions. They are yours, okay? If you're driving in traffic and someone cuts you off and they're being a complete jerk, and you know that, you have a choice. You have a choice to not get angry, or you have a choice to get really angry. And the beauty about choice is it's yours to make. So do you want to choose to be happy, or do you want to choose to be angry and bitter? Thanks so much for hearing me today. Next week, we're going to be doing a series on presence and how to quiet that mind. I'm going to tell you what presence is, what books to read about it, what books I did not like about it, and how to find it. Practical ways that will get you into presence so you can have a more mindful life and live a happier, authentic you. Until then.